Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Demise here with another video for you today. So today we're going to be doing a video in regards to the new Shining Fates expansion set that just got released recently. However, in Australia, we do not have this set just yet. It keeps getting pushed off month after month, and hopefully we should be getting it this month just in time for Battle Styles as well. So I'll be doing a video in the near future once Battle Styles drops about the current cards in the new expansion. Let's just get straight into the action, shall we? Alright guys, so this is the Shining Fates as you can see on the screen here on cerebi.net. I forgot to mention in the intro also, just make sure if you haven't hit that subscribe, like, and comment buttons yet, make sure you do if you enjoy the content. Also, I am also streaming on glimish.tv right now, so if you want to catch me live, watch my live streams, Pokemon, whatever games I'm playing at the time, make sure to hit up the Glimish link in the description below. Alright, so let's get straight into it. So we have got the Shining Fates. It was apparently released on the February 19th. Technically is the original date that it got actually released worldwide. As I said in the intro, I did not get this in Australia. I still don't have this. I've got 2 ETBs pre-ordered, so hopefully some of these cool cards, hopefully the really good cards, come out once it arrives here in Australia. All right, so let's just start off here. So we've got Yanma, Yamiga. I won't go through every single Pokemon. I'll just scroll through what you guys can see. Obviously, you've got your starters like Rowlet, Dartrix, Desudai, which are cool Pokemon. A standout one, obviously, is Delmar's VMAX, which I actually forgot to open the tab for. So we'll just have a quick look at this bad boy here. Obviously, you're running the Swinging Chain and Max Anchor. Pretty cool grass-type Pokemon. Could be viable in the current meta on TCGO. It is entirely up to you and what deck and whatnot you're using. For a collector's purpose, it's a nice card. Looks pretty decent, and I would love to add that to my collection. So moving on now, we have got, some standard other grass types, Rillaboom, Gossifleur, Eldegoss, Zarude. Now, the first one that I want to show you guys is this Reshiram. Now, how cool is this card? So these amazing rares got introduced recently into the latest expansions. Obviously, I'm relatively new to Pokemon cards, not overall, but in the later expansions from Vivid Voltage and onwards. As you can see here, we've got Reshiram with a Fire Energy, Electric Energy, and a Dark Energy to get that amazing Blaze off. Does 60 damage to yourself, but it's 270 damage. So I'm sure there is some way you can use this Pokemon card in the current TCGO meta. You can either put some item cards onto him to allow him to get more HP, because 120 HP isn't all that much, but the damage stat and for 3 energies is just ridiculous. That is a really nice, cool looking card, and I'm sure there is some way you can implement that into your deck. Collecting purposes, love the amazing rares right now. I've actually collected a few obviously in my previous videos. If you haven't seen them, make sure you check them out. They're great little cards. So as we're scrolling down the list even more, got a Kyogre. So now we've got Kyogre here, which has amazing Surge. So it's a water, it's actually 4 energies unfortunately. So it's a water, electric, steel, and a normal type energy card. And this does amazing Surge. This attack does 80 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. It doesn't apply weakness and resistance for benched Pokemon. This card in itself can work in certain ways. Love the amazing rare cards as usual with all the rainbow effects. It's got like that art splatter or something like that on it. It looks really nice. Obviously, once again, the only downside to it is the 120 HP. Unfortunately, we can't get around that, so we're just going to have to take it for what it is. Otherwise, overall, good card to collect IRL or in TCGO, and I would highly recommend it. So as we're scrolling through the list even more, we have got some electric Pokemon. We've got Shinx, Luxio, Luxray, Frostmoth. Obviously, we've got Shinies further than the bottom. That's the point of this collection, this expansion. We've got the Morpeko VMAX, which is a pretty decent card too. Nice effects on the card. This attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, including the 180 damage for 3 energies, 2 electrics, and 1 normal. 300 HP is a decent amount of HP as well, so I'm sure there's a way you can incorporate this into your deck, and for 1 retreat cost as well, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So moving on, now one of the standout ones that I think I've noticed here was the Crobat VMAX. So Crobat is generally used a lot in the current meta solely for the fact of its ability. So its ability is Dark Asset, and everyone loves using that. It's just a great card. As you can see, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. You can't use more than 1 Dark Asset ability each turn. So overall, that's a pretty decent card. So after going from the Crobat to the Crobat VMAX, what does it offer? Stealth Poison for 2 energies. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So for 70 damage, I don't know if you couldn't incorporate incorporate some sort of a lot of switch cards into your deck and keep swapping this guy in and out and have another Pokemon with like a bulky HP set or something that can sort of withstand the damage, or basically just keeping your Crobat VMAX alive. Obviously, max card 180 damage is respectable with the 300 HP. Once again, not a bad looking card, new to this set, and overall pretty damn awesome. All right, so we're moving down. Obviously, another one we've got the Ditto V, the Ditto VMAX. I'll get down to the shinies later on. We have got the Cramorant VMAX, which is also another interesting card that I've seen. So when Pokemon V has been knocked out, your opponent takes 3 prize cards. We already knew that. So we've got Max Jet. Here we are. Flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 80 damage for each heads. The card has a lot of potential for a lot of damage, normal type energies as well, so you can use anything on it. You can get double colorless onto it straight away, and electric, or whatever your deck's using, water deck or whatever. Quite handy. Its resistance, weaknesses are not too shabby, and it's got a low retreat cost as well. I apologize for that. That is not too shabby at all. Obviously, you've got the max propulsion, which I think is referring to the previous. Let me just have a look. I think that's the previous Cramorant V, I believe. No, it's actually not, so I do not understand why that's saying that, even though the card says something completely different. It's got Max Jet here, Max Propulsion, so I'm unsure what the go is there. However, that is a new card, and it's not too shabby looking at all, so definitely some way you can incorporate that. We've got Ball Guy and Didi. We've got new Boss's Order, Mr. Lysandre. We have got the latest items into the game, which is Rusted Sword and Rusted Shield. Now, if I find those, so we've got the Rusted Shield here. The Zamazenta V, this card is attached to, gets plus 70 HP. So Zamazenta V is already a pretty bulky card. Adding this to it just makes it super, super strong. Maybe gives it the opportunity to be more viable in the current meta. It's obviously a card that you collect in real life if you play IRL competitive Pokemon TCG. It's not a bad card. Gives him the extra HP he needs to make him viable, because compared to Zacian, it wasn't originally as viable in the TCGO. However, this might make it slightly more... just gives you that option to go, right, I want to change something up in my deck, and I want to use this Pokemon in it, and this allows you to do that. So then we have the Rusted Sword. So the attacks of the Zacian V, this card is attached to deal 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. He's already doing, I think it's 230 damage on his base move. Obviously, you've got to wait an extra turn after that. So adding an extra 30 damage is 260 damage. It's pretty damn good. So 260 damage will generally wipe most Pokemon, or at least within 2 turns. Obviously, you've got to either switch him out, switch him back in to allow him to attack the next turn. But I think the Zamazenta V card, the shield is a lot better. The gain that the Zamazenta gets over what the Rusted Sword for Zacian gets. All right, so we're moving down. You've got Team Yell Tau, Alchemy V, Ball Guy. You've got Full Art cards, Car Release, Bird Keeper, Piers, Pokey Kid, Rose, Skylar. And then we start moving down into the shinies. We've got the Alcremie VMAX. I'll just go into that real quick and have a suss of that. So Alcremie VMAX, when Pokemon V has been knocked out, your opponent takes 3 prize cards. I don't know why I keep reading that. I apologize in advance for that. So we got to the Adornment for 2 energies and the Gmax Whisk. So discard any amount of energy from your Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So that is not too shabby either. 310 HP. Pretty bulky Pokemon, bit of a letdown for the retreat cost, but weakness is to Steel. So 310 HP is probably the best thing about this Pokemon, and you can possibly use this for 2 energy cards. Just doesn't seem like a big deal. All right, so moving on from Alcremie now, we're going into all the shinies. So we have, as you can see on the screen, we've got the shiny Rowlet, Dartrix, Yasudai, Grookey, Thwacky, Rillaboom, Blick Bug, Dottler, Orbeetle, Gossifleur, Eldegoss, Applin, Appleton, Scorbunny, Raboot, Cinderace, Sizzlipede, Centiskorch, Galarian Mr. Mime, Galarian Mr. Rhyme, Suican, which is a nice looking card, Galarian Daramuka, Galarian Dominitan, Sobble, Drizzly, Italian Chewtle, Dreadnought, Cramorant, Arrokuda, Barrascuda, Snom, Frostmoth, Eskew, Dracovic, Arctovish, Rotom, Yampa, Boltum, Toxel, Toxtricity, Pinchoshin, Morpeko, Dracozolt, Arctozolt, Galarian Ponyta, Galarian Rapidash, Galarian Corsola, Galarian Cursola again, Dedenne, Sinistea, Poltergeist, Hadina, Hatterim, Hatterene, Melcery, Alcremie, Indeedee, Dreepy, Dracloak, Dragapult, Galarian Farfetch, Galarian Surfetch, Galarian Yamask, Galarian Runerigus, Rollicoli, Carkol, Colossal, Silvercobra, Sandaconda, Clobbopus, Replock, Phalanx, Stonejourner, Coughing, Galarian Wheezing, Zigzagoon, Lanoon, Obstagoon, Nickit, Thievul, Impidimp, Morgrim, Grimmsnarl, Galarian Meowth, Galarian Berserker, Stunfisk, Corviknight, Cufant, Cobrajar, Duraludon, Minccino, Sineo, I can't even say that name, Chino, Ducklet, Swanna, Bunnelby, Origaroo, Swovit, Bredent, Rookie D, Corvisquire, Wooloo. Wooloo is just such a nice shiny, I gotta admit. That will, and then we start getting into the V Pokemon cards. So these are all the good ones, right, guys? So let's start off over here. So we have the first one that I pointed out. Actually, I think I missed the Rillaboom VMAX, so I'm just going to pull that up real quick. So we have the Rillaboom VMAX, which is nice. So we've got Scratch, believe it or not, 1 energy for 50 damage. And then we got the max beating, which is 130 plus damage, 4 energies. You may discard up to 3 grass energies from this Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 50 more damage for each card you discarded in this way. So not a bad looking card overall. Good starter Pokemon, nice shiny, 330 HP, repping the grass types. Let's go. All right, so now we're moving down to one of everyone's favorites cards, the Charizard VMAX. So we've got the Core Slash at 100 damage, G-Max Wildfire, 300 damage. Discard 2 energies from this Pokemon. You can get a double colorless down on this Pokemon, which is not too shabby in 3 fire energies. However, 330 HP, it does a lot of damage for 300. The only downside to it, obviously, is you're still going to need at least 2 turns, or you're going to have to use Kiawe or something like that to try and get the fire energies back on Charizard VMAX to make him viable as he's playing in the current meta. As a collectible card, it looks great. Love the grey, or the black, I suppose you'd call it. I love the effects on the card. It's overall, it is a dub. Well done, guys. So the next one I pulled out of the pack is Ditto V. So I could have showed you Ditto V at the very start, but Ditto V in the shinies looks very appealing. So V transformation, we got Stick On as well. So its ability, I'll read it out. Once during your turn, you may choose a basic Pokemon V from your discard pile and switch it with this Pokemon. Any attached cards damage counter special conditions turns in play, and other effects remain on the new Pokemon. Stick On is attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So by putting Ditto V out quite early, you can basically accelerate its energy cards onto him and essentially get it online super fast, right? So as you can see, you've got the Stick On for Ditto V. So attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. As you can see, you can accelerate energies onto this Pokemon really fast, and then obviously use its V transformation ability to allow it to transform into something of your desire. So moving on from that, obviously it has a weakness of 2x2 to fighting, 2x retreat, which is a bit unfortunate. We then have the Ditto VMAX. So you got Max Transform. So choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. So if you wanted to leave it in the Ditto VMAX form and just go, you know what, let's just roll for this bad boy. Three energies for a retreat, which is the same as its Max Transform ability, ×2 weakness for fighting against the Ditto VMAX being a normal type. In the end, it looks like a nice card. I really like the shiny. The move is decent. 320 HP is pretty reputable as well. Overall, I'd say it's a dub as well, so that's not a bad looking cut. So moving on towards the end now, we have got the Eternatus V in the black and gold. It looks simply amazing, guys. I have the Zacian and the Zamazenta Vs in the gold and black in real life in the premium collection, as you can see in my previous video. Simply love the idea in these cards. It looks beautiful. As you already know, with Eternatus with the Power Accelerator, which is nice, with the attaching the Dark Energy cards, and then the Dynamax Cannon to finish that off as well. Lastly, I think we have got the Eternatus VMAX. As you already know, off the Dread End, this attack does 30 damage for each of your Dark Pokemon in place. That's 30 times. Eternal Zone, not a bad looking card either. I would love to own those. I believe I have got a Eternatus VMAX, just not in the black and gold. So we'll see how my luck is when I get my 2 Shining Fates ETBs and see how we go. Basically, guys, that is most of the Pokemon. As you can see, you've got some other ones here like Double V, Grimmsnarl VMAX Shinies, Phalanx and DDV, Toxtricity VMAX, Lapras VMAX, Sandy Scorch VMAX. I actually pulled that in TCGO, believe it or not, and that basically ends it for the Vs and the VMAX Pokemon cards. In the end, guys, that's basically it for the Shining Fates expansion collection. As I said, I have not received my ATBs yet in Australia, so I'll be getting them hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping it's next week to be precise. So I will probably be making a video of me opening up those packs. I plan to open up at least one of the ATBs. I'm not sure about 2 of them. I have ordered 2, but I'm not sure on the second one yet. We'll see what sort of feedback I get from my viewers as to whether or not I open up the second ETB or I decide to just keep it for the future. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to hit those like, comment, and subscribe buttons as usual, and follow me on Glimish to watch my live streams. If you have anything you would like to tell me, you can also enter our Discord to ensure you get to see the content that we all would like to see. I do a lot of different Pokemon content. I do a lot of random gaming content as well. I'm currently playing Hell Let Loose. Next time, thank you for watching. Peace out. Your boy Demise. Bye.